We are back at the greenhouse today. I wanted to give you guys a little pond update. Everything's doing super good for the most part. The plants, as you can probably see, have gone crazy. We haven't added any new plants. This is all just new growth. I don't know if you remember the other video when we put them in here. I will link it here or here or wherever so you can go watch it, but it was just like a little bit in the corner. So they have gone wild, but as they grew, they started eating up all the nutrients like I expected. All the algae started to die off, and then all the plants started to yellow really bad and have leaves die off. So what I did, I wanted all the plants to keep growing and doing good. So I got some of this Thrive. This is just like a all-in-one fertilizer for planet aquariums. And the one thing I didn't think about or didn't realize was it works super good, but it's made for like CO2 injected, heavily planted aquariums. So I dosed about half the recommended amount in here, and that was weeks ago, and things are still going crazy off that, including hair algae. It caused a huge hair algae outbreak. So you can probably see, it's probably hard to see in the video because of all the reflections and stuff, but like the sides, the driftwood, everything is just covered in like mats of hair algae. So I've just been kind of letting it all grow and eat up the nutrients. You know, it's obviously just because I dosed too much fertilizer. It's not because of a major issue or anything. And we just got the luteus pleco in here, and he's loving the hair algae. It doesn't cause any problems for him. But now that we're getting ready to add the fish, which, by the way, we're almost ready. You probably see this little frame behind me. That is the start of us building the enclosure around the pond. But that is going to be in the next video. We ran out of some parts, so we're going to do today's video while we're waiting for parts to show up. So here's your little sneak peek. It's going to be super sick. Make sure you stay tuned for that video. But yeah, today we're going to get everything else ready for fish. That way when the enclosure's done, we can move all the fish over and we're good to go. So to do that, I'm going to get in there and pull out as much of the algae as I can. That's a problem. The algae grows, eats up all the nutrients, and then if it just ends up dying off, it releases all those nutrients back into the water, and it just is a cycle that happens over and over again. So I'm going to get in there manually, remove as much as I possibly can, and then do a couple large water changes, and that'll pretty much get us ready for fish. But the one other thing I got to thinking, I was planning on doing it eventually, but I decided I should probably do it sooner than later, is add an aerator. Because, yeah, fish, like especially the tigrinus catfish, they come from pretty fast moving water, and they like a lot of oxygen. It'll help the plants, it'll help get rid of some of the algae. You know, algae thrives in environments with not much oxygen. So we're going to oxygenate the hell out of the water. I got this Metalla 9-inch disc. This is all a giant air diffuser, and then it came in a kit with this 40 liter per hour Metalla pump and all this weighted hose. And this thing like boils the water. So we're going to get the pond all cleaned out. Maybe you guys will see Lucius the Luteus. I changed his name to Lucius. It was Garbanzo, but Tiffany had it. Lucius is a much better name, so thank you, Tiffany. But yeah, we'll get this all set up, see if we can find him. I would show you him right now, but with all the algae, there's no way you're going to see him. But yeah, let's get it cleaned up. Gonna go swimming again, you know, it's starting to become a common thing, I guess. Actually, I can't decide what his name should be. Garbanzo or Lucius. You guys let me know in the comments what would be the best name, and we will make it official, because right now we're floating between the two. So Garbanzo or Lucius, which one is it? Let me know.
There's some sick shoes, Scott.
Please. So we got most of the algae cleaned out, a surprising amount cleaned out actually. It all came out pretty easy, and the water has stayed really clear, which is awesome. I thought it was going to get super dirty and you weren't going to be able to see anything, but now we are going to we're going to put these plants on the driftwood. I got some Bucephalandra, don't judge me if I butcher the name, some different varieties. This one's Godzilla. I don't know what these two are, honestly. I got these in an auction on Facebook, but We're going to mount these to the driftwood underwater, so these will be our first aquatic plants. And they should grow pretty well onto the driftwood, and just one more thing to help out compete the algae, you know. So I'm going to jump in there, get those put on real quick, and then we'll hook up the aerator. I guess you want to just hand that to me. Okay, so the driftwood has this big branch sticking off this way. It's hard to see right now because the reflection and the glare and everything, but you can see it from the window really good. So I think I'm going to just mount these to that for now. Or I'm going to mount these two cooler ones to that in different spots, and then this big old bush of Godzilla down here, I'm going to just mount that down somewhere bottom on the, there's somewhere down low on the driftwood. I forgot to get super glue or anything to mount them with. That's what I was planning on using, just some gel super glue. So I got this really thin thread that I used for the bromeliads. It's probably not going to work very good, and I'm probably going to get super frustrated, but we're going to try it anyways, you know? Why not? So you can see right there, it's hard with the reflection, but you can kind of see I got them mounted there on the driftwood. So that string actually worked out pretty good. Plants are on there, good enough for now at least. We just tie them on with thread, and then after some time they'll root to the stick themselves and then start to spread. So now it's time to get the diffuser or the aerator installed. So these are the Metalla 9-inch discs. They're just silicone, so they won't clog up with algae like your air stones in aquariums and stuff do. See, pretty sick. But this is basically just a big weighted base. So I'll fill this with water, and then it's nice. It comes with this super heavy, thick air hose, and it's weighted too, so the hose won't just float up, because that is a problem. But yeah, so I think I'm going to put it somewhere over here, and then try to bury as much of the hose in the gravel as I can, and then have it come up this back wall, and then run underneath this pipe all the way along, and then we'll hook it up to the air pump and stuff, and it'll be hooked up to the light switch just like the pump, so I can turn it on and off easy. So let's get this situated, and then figure out exactly how I want to do this, I guess. Alright, so I realized filling it with water to weigh it down was a very stupid thought, because then it's equally as buoyant as everything else in here. So you have to fill it with something denser than water for it to work. So we took this off and filled it with a bunch of gravel from the bottom, and then hook all this back up. This air diffuser piece just screws into here. Nice and tight. I should probably use Teflon tape or something to screw this in, but I think it'll be fine if everything wasn't wet. So there we go. Oh yeah, she sinks very good now. Okay, so now, yeah, I'm just going to get it situated and try to get this little line buried in gravel, and then we'll turn it on and see how it works. Okay, it is all hooked up. I think everything's going to work great, so you want to turn it on for us real quick? Let's see how it goes. Okay. Yeah, so it works very good. If anything, we're going to have to put a valve on this and turn this down a little bit, because this is a lot. But the plants and the fish will probably love it. It'll be good to have nice oxygenated water. But yeah, the pond's all cleaned out. This ready. We're going to do a water change and clean the filters real quick. And then once we finish building this enclosure, we are ready for fish. So stay tuned for the next episode to see us finish this enclosure. It's going to be super sick. We got some surprises. And then, yeah, stay tuned to see us put fish in. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And then comment down below, Lucius or Garbanzo? What should the Luteus's name be? Lucius, Garbanzo. Let me know in the comments. Thanks, guys.